What's up, family? Chris here, just getting ready for the retreat. Starting to get super excited about our community group leader retreat coming up in less than 36 hours. Excited to see what the Spirit has for us. Historically, this has been one of the most significant weekends in the life of our church. We've seen the Spirit do just amazing things in people's lives. We've seen, just a lot of life transformation, a lot of healing. We've seen people get baptized. We've seen all kinds of amazing stuff. And so what I want to do is just quickly download a few things to help you prepare both spiritually and practically for the weekend. I know you've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of content from us leading up to it. And so, apologize for that, but we just want to make sure everybody is as prepared as possible. So first, let's just talk spiritually. Like I said, this is a weekend where the Spirit has done great things. And with that, oftentimes there's spiritual attack connected to this weekend. I think every time we go away, there's people who come in feeling discouraged. There's people who have a hard time getting there, whether it's traffic. Almost always there's people who get sick. And so we're just encouraging people, even just with the short time we have before we go, to be spending time preparing your heart, preparing just getting in this place where the Spirit is speaking to you. I would even say, just as soon as you get this, send a quick email to your CG and just say, hey guys, we're going away on this retreat. Be in prayer for us. We're going to be sending out notes to the church family via social media and such and ask them to pray, but specifically ask your CG to pray for you guys as you go on this retreat, because we're excited for what the Spirit wants to do, and we want to have this posture of like openness and willingness to His work and His way. We want to pray against spiritual attack. So be praying for yourselves, be praying for everyone else who's coming. Pray for unity, clarity, wisdom. Pray for our speaker, Steve, and his family who are coming up. Jeff and Karen Wall are coming, and they're going to be there just as shepherds to join us. Pray for them. But just be preparing spiritually. The second thing is practically just a couple of things that we're going to do. We just kind of made this decision this morning, so we're kind of springing this on people. But we're going to have a few pop-up rules. We borrowed these rules from the Soma Elders Retreat that we went on back in January in San Diego, or some of us went on. And so these are just some things. This isn't like a new law or anything, but these are just going to be like rules or strong suggestions, I guess you can say, for the weekend. So the first one is this. During all our main session times, so we're going to have 3 main session times, Saturday morning, Saturday evening, and Sunday morning. We're going to ask that everybody, sort of like an act of worship, almost like taking up an offering, puts their phone in a basket. We're going to have baskets up on the stage, and we're going to have like literally a liturgical moment where we just invite people to come and place their phone on the stage as a spiritual act of worship, kind of like saying like we're just here, we're present in this moment. We're not going to be worried about what's going on out there. We'll have ways to communicate with kids and all that stuff, so you don't need to worry about that. But, and again, we're not going to be checking phones. And if you want to bring a fake phone and put it in the basket, that's between you and the Lord. We'll just leave that in your hands. The second thing with that then is we're going to ask people to bring hard copies of the Bible to the main sessions, because you're not on your phone, so you can't go in your Bible app, /check Facebook, /go on your Bible app. So we're going to ask people, just bring hard copy Bibles so you can follow along. Steve's going to be working through some stuff in 1 Peter with us. And so, it'd just be good to have the Word in front of you. We're not even we're trying to go low tech and make this like a real, even for our staff, like a restful weekend. So we're not doing media show presentations. We're not even really doing mics and stuff like that. The music's going to be simple. And we really want the Spirit to be the worship leader. So it's just going to be like Nathan on the guitar sort of thing. We're printing out music on pages because we really don't want people to have to work. We don't want Nathan to have to spend hours practicing and preparing slides and all that stuff. So we would encourage you to bring a hard copy of the Bible to the sessions. Third thing is, we're just encouraging people to just kind of mix who you sit with. So whether it's in meal times, whether it's in the chapel sessions, during free time, just try and find people that maybe you don't particularly know well. There's not a ton of people coming, but I know that there's community group leaders who don't even know each other and haven't spent time together. So we're encouraging people just to kind of mix and mingle and, find new people, meet new people, find out their stories, get to know them better. Next, number 4, I guess, would be for us to view the retreat like a Sabbath or a sabbatical. And so we really want to create a time and a place of refuge. And so just a couple of practical things you can do. If you're, business person, just set your autoresponder on your email so that you're not feeling like you need to answer emails all weekend. Really encourage people to just leave your work at home. It's not like we have the, the big red button we got to worry about pushing. If the world can't take, you not being present in it for 48 hours or 72 hours or whatever it is, then there could be some deeper issues here that need to be addressed. And so just encourage you to leave your work at home. The other thing is this, and again, not going to create like a law around this, but can I just encourage us just to stay off social media for the weekend? For a bunch of reasons. The first one is because I think, when we post about stuff that we're doing, we just create a reality where people are like, oh, I wasn't there. And, we wouldn't want people in our church family to feel like they're missing out on something or, so we're kind of like, don't kiss and tell, I guess. If God does something amazing this weekend, then just enjoy it. Enjoy it with us. Enjoy it with your family. I think it's good. It's good to take a break from crack book and things like that. And I would just say this too, if that's something you can't do, like if Sabbath is hard, that just might be the Spirit's way of working some of these things into your life for longer health and longevity in terms of following Jesus. And so maybe this weekend is like a first for you. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to press into. Next, I guess number 5 would be, we're asking people to bring their best self and their worst self. One of the things that can often happen on these retreats and weekends away is, we compare ourselves. We compare our families to other families. We compare our CG to other CGs. And we're just saying, like, don't worry about any of that nonsense. Like, let's just leave that at home. We are all justified and made right because of the gospel. And so we don't need to compare. But with that, we also don't want to be so self-deprecating that we don't acknowledge the work that God's doing. So we are going to share stories. We are going to pray for each other. And so we do want to celebrate. We want to celebrate Jesus. We want to celebrate his work in our midst. We want to celebrate his work in your life, in my life, and in the lives of our other leaders and CGs and church family. And so we're not going to shy away from that. But really fight against that internal desire that it's almost satanic. It is satanic, the desire to compare. So bring your best self, bring your worst self. And then lastly, just be up for anything. We don't know what these weekends are going to throw at us. We often change plans at the last minute. So be ready to lay hands and pray for someone. Be ready to hike a mountain even if you didn't prepare for it. Maybe for you, being up for anything means just like sitting around and chatting with somebody for an afternoon when you'd really rather be off doing something. But just be prepared to hear from the Spirit. And so, that's it. We're excited for the weekend. We're excited for what the Spirit is going to be doing and how he's going to be knitting us together and refreshing our hearts. And can't wait to see you. And just be prepared. Be prepared for what God is going to do in our midst. So looking forward to the weekend.